Welcome to our exploration of Rochester, New York. This bustling city situated on the southern shore of Lake Ontario has a rich history and a thriving present. In this video, we in APOS, LL delve into its geography, demographics, social fabric, and economic landscape to get a better understanding of what makes Rochester a unique and dynamic place to live. So let an APOS get started and discover all that this vibrant city has to offer. Rochester, New York has a population of 211,000 and covers an area of 37 square miles, resulting in a high population density of 5,689 people per square mile. Rochester was home to the first water-powered flour mill in the United States, built in 1799 by Colonel Nathaniel Rochester. This led to the city becoming a hub for flour production and earning the nickname Enquat, Flour City, Enquat. The first Women in APOS Rights Convention was held in Rochester in 1848, organized by abolitionist and women in APOS rights activist, Lucretia Mott. This event eventually led to the passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. Rochester has a vibrant street art scene, featuring over 130 murals and sculptures. These range from large, colorful murals to small, hidden pieces, showcasing the city and APOS' commitment to public art and creativity. Based on the data, Rochester, New York has a diverse racial composition. While the majority of the population is white or Caucasian at 95.2 thousand, there is a significant representation of Black or African American residents at 81,000. Additionally, the Hispanic or Latino community makes up a substantial portion of the population with 39.6 thousand individuals. This diversity in racial composition reflects the city and APOS' commitment to inclusivity and highlights the presence of various cultures and backgrounds within the community. Rochester, New York has a diverse population made up of various ancestries. Among the most populous ancestries in the city are Puerto Rican, German, Irish, Italian, and English. With 29.6 thousand inhabitants, Puerto Ricans make up 14% of the population and have a strong presence in the city. Germans and Irish follow closely behind with 17.6 thousand and 16,000 residents, respectively. The Italian population also has a significant presence with 14.8 thousand residents. The English population, while smaller in comparison, still makes up 5% of the population with 10.6 thousand residents. Their cultural contributions and influence can be seen in the city and APOS' rich history and diverse neighborhoods. The city of Rochester, New York has a fairly equal distribution of males and females, with the female population slightly outnumbering the male population. The male-to-female ratio is 94.1 males for every 100 females. The most populous age group for both males and females is the 25 to 29 years category, making up around 5% of the total population for each gender. This suggests that Rochester has a relatively young population, with a large number of individuals in their mid to late 20s. In Rochester, New York, the majority of births, 79.7%, occur amongst women aged 20 to 34, with 2,362 births representing a rate of 76 births per 1,000 women. Women aged 35 to 50 make up a much smaller percentage of births, 16%, with 473 births and a rate of 24 births per 1,000 women. Teenage pregnancies account for only 4.4% of births in the city, with 129 births and a rate of 19 births per 1,000 women. In total, there were 2,964 births in Rochester in the given time period, representing a rate of 51 births per 1,000 women overall. In Rochester, New York, the highest rate of non-marital childbearing was among women aged 15 to 19 years, with 100% of the 129 births in that age bracket being to unmarried women. In contrast, the lowest rate of non-marital childbearing was among women aged 35 to 50 years, with only 61.9% of the 473 births in that age bracket being to unmarried women. This data suggests that younger women in Rochester are more likely to have children outside of marriage, while older women are more likely to have children within marriage. In Rochester, New York, there is a clear difference in non-marital childbearing rates by education level. Among those with a high school diploma, there were 1,022 births, with 862 births, 84.3%, to unmarried women. Similarly, among those with a college or associate and APOS degree, there were 743 births, with 575 births, 77.4%, to unmarried women. On the other hand, the lowest rates of non-marital childbearing were among those with a graduate degree, with 266 births and 61 births, 22.9%, to unmarried women, and those with a bachelor and APOS degree, with 312 births and 72 births, 23.1%, to unmarried women. This suggests a higher prevalence of non-marital childbearing among individuals with lower levels of education in Rochester. The income in Rochester, New York is relatively low, with a per capita income of $26,569, indicating that on average, each person living in Rochester earns this amount annually. The median household income is slightly higher at $40,083, which suggests that half of the households in Rochester earn above this amount and the other half earn below. The median family income is the highest among the three, at $47,895, implying that families in Rochester tend to earn more than individual residents. These figures indicate that the cost of living in Rochester may be lower compared to other cities in the United States. In Rochester, New York, the median earnings for the population stand at $30,286. However, there is a gender disparity in earnings, with males earning a higher median income of $32,233 compared to females who earn $28,198. This income gap between males and females in Rochester is 12.5%, indicating a significant difference in earnings between genders. These statistics suggest that there is still room for improvement in achieving gender equity in terms of earnings in Rochester. Poverty remains a significant issue in Rochester, New York, with 59,464 individuals living below the poverty line, which makes up 29.3% of the population. While both males and females are heavily impacted by poverty, with 27.9% and 30.7% respectively, it is concerning that the most vulnerable age bracket is 5 years old. In this age group, more than half of males, 55.7%, and over half of females, 51.8%, are living in poverty. This data highlights the urgent need for targeted efforts and support for children living in poverty in the city of Rochester. In conclusion, the video highlighted the fascinating social, demographic, and economic features of Rochester, New York. With its rich history and diverse population, this city is definitely worth exploring. For those interested in further information on Rochester or other locations in the U.S., be sure to visit ZipAtlas for comprehensive and up-to-date data. Happy exploring!